Good morning, Kiki Squad, and welcome back to Simply Kenna. Today we are going to talk about tips on how to grow your hair longer, faster, and healthier. Now, obviously, this is not my real hair, but I mean, if I'm going to be talking about long hair, it was actually a coincidence, so it wasn't even planned. But my hair, maybe somewhere in the video I'll show a clip of the length of my hair. Currently I am 3 years natural. I cut my hair in October 2016, so I'm just a little past 3 years, and I'm going to just share tips on what I did to retain length and to grow my hair faster than the first time I did chopped. I'm about 10, 11, maybe 12 in some areas inches basically all around, and I've done 1 or 2 trims within that 3-year period, so I think I'm somewhat qualified to speak on you on how to grow your hair faster, longer, and thicker and healthier. So tip number 1, wear wigs. Now I remember when I big chopped the second time around, I think the first time too, but I also wore a lot of wigs. Now the thing about wigs is that you don't trouble your hair. Your hair is most likely braided in cornrows or cascadoo, as Caribbean people call it, and it's left untroubled, so it's able to grow. There's no manipulation to the hair, and when you take off that wig, whether it's in a week, 2 weeks, a month and some, your hair is going to grow because you have not tampered with the new growth at all. So my biggest tip, and I've also seen another YouTuber, she spoke about how her hair grew really fast, and she really gave all the credit to wearing wigs. So one of my number 1 tips to growing your hair is to wear a lot of wigs. Simply just wear wigs and leave your hair alone. Braid it up, moisturize it, leave it alone, and wear the wig for like 2 weeks to a month, and when you take it off, you're going to see a lot of new growth. Tip number 2, oil your scalp. Now the oil that works for me is the castor oil, Jamaican castor oil, or just castor oil in general. Castor oil, it is a thick oil, it isn't thin, but that is the oil that works for my hair. A lot of persons love olive oil, a lot of persons love coconut oil. For me, castor oil works for my hair. So I would tell you to figure out what works for your hair. See if castor oil, olive oil, coconut oil, there's grapeseed oil, there's so many oils. Do use an oil for about a month. Don't mix them. Use one oil by itself for about a month. See what the hair growth progress looks like, and then if you decide, well, this works for me, stick to that regime, stick to that oil. Oil your scalps at least 3 times a week. It's great if you could do it every night, but realistically, no natural oils their hair every night unless they're on a hair growth challenge, maybe for 10 days or 30 days. So realistically, oil your scalp about 3 times daily with an oil that you are guaranteed to grow your hair. For me, it's castor oil, so I'm definitely telling you to try castor oil. Next, use grease. Now I know in the natural hair community, grease is not really a thing, but for me, grease is a thing. My mother used grease in my hair when I was little, and I had the absolute longest hair ever. And grease, it gives you shine, it smells good, your hair, yes, so you definitely have to use grease. We don't have to, but I'm giving you tips that work. Use grease. A lot of persons are anti-grease. The grease clogs your pores, the grease this, the grease that. Most of us parents use, my skin actually looks greasy, most of our parents use grease in our hair, and our hair flourish the most. And if you're taking tips from me, definitely trust and believe that I'm going to tell you about using grease in your hair regime. Next, we are going to talk about going on challenges. Now, one of the things that caused my hair to grow fast is the fact that I took up a lot of natural hair challenges, hair growth challenges. I did the virgin hair fertilizer challenge, wild growth and virgin hair fertilizer challenge, the My Crown of Curls hair elixir challenge, the castor oil challenge, and they're like the rice water challenge. Though I've heard mixed reviews on that, I've never tried it. There is the there are like so many challenges. And by the way, I'm currently on I'm doing a sulfur and do grow challenge. I'll put the link to the that video in the description box below, and that promises to give a lot of hair growth. So I'm excited to see what happens after 30 days, and I'm encouraging you to go on it. And because I took up so many challenges, every month my hair basically grew half an inch, an inch and a half, using different hair growth products. So I looked on YouTube, you might have seen it other places on the internet, and I just took up a challenge, did it for 30 days, and my hair grew. So what grew my hair was taking up hair growth challenges. The rice water though, I've seen mixed reviews on it. Some persons love it, some persons actually had horrible experiences with it, so I'm not going to really advocate that just yet. But the others, everything that I've gone on, definitely go on. Next, use no heat on your hair. Now I know there are lots of naturals who love to blow out the hair when they're doing trims, who love to blow out the hair to put in different hairstyles to straighten the hair. Now truth be told, almost every natural that I have looked at on YouTube who have done blown out, straightening up the hair, like because of with the flat iron, they've experienced heat damage. And usually, eventually, like, they always try to revive it, they try to hold on to the hair, but in almost every case, actually, they've had to cut off the hair. So I'm saying stay away from the heat, because you're going to mess up your curl pattern and you are going to have to cut off some inches. No, I am not saying that you can't put heat. Personally, I won't really say put heat in your hair. Like, I don't see it's necessary to do a length check. I don't see what's the necessity in blowing out your hair, but to each his own, to each his own. And if you absolutely have to, so be it. But I'm not an advocate really for heat. I'll just say no heat. Leave the heat alone and do other styles with your hair. Stay away from the heat. Next, I would say low manipulation styles. Now a wig is a protective style, but you could also do twist. I think especially for persons with type 4 hair, predominantly type 4 hair, type 4A, B, C, and even 3C, 3B, but mainly type 4. I think our hair flourishes, and I say oh because I have type 4 hair. Well, somewhat, some places. Our hair flourishes when we have them in twist, as in mini twist, mini braids, not braids in terms of extension braids, but braiding or plaiting your natural hair. I think our hair flourishes the most when we put our hair in those hairstyles. We leave them alone and take them out like maybe after 3 weeks, because realistically speaking, type 4 hair, if we put our hair in mini twists, mini braids, unless you're a YouTuber and you are a natural hair YouTuber and you have to take it out to do different content, the regular man, if you have your hair in that hairstyle, you're not taking it out after 3 weeks to a month. So because you're basically plaiting your hair, putting your hair in a protective style, and you're leaving it alone for about a month's time, your hair is going to grow. And my sister-in-law's daughter, her hair wasn't, not short, but it wasn't really that long, and her mother just plaits her hair in little mini twists, have them, and she takes good care of her hair, and now her hair is like, her hair has grown, like it has blossomed. Her hair is extremely long. So I could say doing low manipulation styles really work. You could also do crochet, braids, Senegalese twist, but some of those things that we add to our hair, sometimes we take out our edges because of how tight they were put in. So doing low manipulation styles using your natural hair, I think works best. Next tip, I don't even know what number I'm on, taking prenatal vitamins. Now you don't have to be pregnant to take prenatal vitamins, and I'll be honest, I do not take prenatal vitamins. I do take multivitamins though, but I don't take prenatal vitamins. But I realize, and for instance, anyway, okay, let me leave that part alone. Yes, you don't have to be pregnant to take prenatal vitamins. Prenatal vitamins actually help with the overall health of your body in terms of your nails, your skin, and your hair. So if you have not been taking prenatal vitamins, I would advise that you do take prenatal vitamins. And the tip, in the event for those ladies who they're married and they're maybe thinking about starting a family, it's good to take prenatal vitamins. I think, yes, good to take prenatal vitamins before, to prepare your body, make sure your body is all good before your body becomes a host for another person. Yeah. Next, eat better. Now, everything you hear about, they always say it starts from the inside out. You want good skin, you eat better. Sometimes you just treat the symptoms, but it's best if you eat better so that you could have this natural glow. It works with your nails, it works with the skin, and it also works with the hair. Drink a lot of water. Now 8 to 10 glasses I think is the norm. Drink a lot of water, 2 something liters, even up to 3 liters. Drink a lot of water at least. Eat a lot more vegetables and fruits. There's nothing wrong with eating protein, meat based or proteins and so, but focus more on the fruits and the vegetables for your overall health, but it also shows in your hair. And my final tip is to trim your hair at least. You don't have to, I mean, because back in the day I never used to trim my hair was still long, but I realized that my hair has a lot, I don't know if I had it before and I didn't notice it, but my hair has a lot of split ends. Well, some split ends and single strand knots because I do a lot of wash and goes, which I'll go to that tip next. So trim your hair at least once or twice a year. Now I've seen persons talk about trimming their hair once every 6 weeks, once every quarter, something like that, like every 3 months. Like, our hair, type 4 hair especially, does not grow that much for it to be getting trimmed so often. And my friend even told me every time she washes her hair she trims it. I'm like, your hair does not grow that long for you to be trimming so often. Like, no. Trim, in my opinion, I think like for me, I trim in June and I have my last trim to do in December. Right after the sulfur 8 and do go challenge is finished, I'm going to trim. Trim literally means just clipping little pieces of the ends off, and with the split ends you just cut that to suit, right? But it's not a necessity like to trim 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Like, no, once, twice a year to me is the best thing. And I said this was my final tip, but I just remembered something. Wash and goes, they're great. Like, I love wash and goes. I think I probably do that video the most on my channel when I do product reviews. I love wash and goes, but with wash and goes comes the single strand knots, and single strand knots are annoying. Like, when I touch them I literally just pull out the entire strand out of my hair, and if you're like me, you're just like taking out a lot of your hair, or some persons clip the single strand knots, which mean that you're clipping off some inches. So I would advise that you abstain from doing a lot of wash and goes. Do more twist, braids, braid out, twist out, and don't leave your hair out to the natural elements as often. Keep them protected most of the time, because like even in this way that I have my hair, my ends are protected, you know. So maybe abstain from the wash and goes. Don't do it as frequently as you usually do. Now these are my tips, and I guarantee that if you try them, and be patient too, I mean, genetics play a big role in how fast your hair would grow, but taking care of your hair is either as much, or it plays a big role in how fast your hair would grow as well. So just be patient with your hair, but I guarantee if you try these tips that you are going to get the absolute longest hair for the remainder of 2019 and for 2020. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips, and once you follow them, you're going to have long hair. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Comment if you agree with some of the tips, if you disagreed, but do it respectfully, please. And definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. And I've been getting a lot of subscribers, like an influx of subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you so much, and I am just here to make Simply Kenna an amazing experience for you. Have a good day and God bless. Happy Friday. Happy Black Friday. Mwah.